Okay. So today is 23rd December. So I'll tell you what we are going this week. We will be going the React event project, which will complete this project, and we started in data structures. We started stacks and queue, and I showed you how to create stacks and queue. So this week I will also complete. There are two problems on stacks. I will do after completion of this event project, maybe tomorrow or on Friday. There are two problems on the stacks that I have to show you, and we'll do few things on the object-oriented JavaScript also, which we haven't touched since many days, since the event project gets started. So we'll touch that, some part of that also tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So that is this whole week agenda. So if your Craigslist is blocked, then we'll see what some people have Craigslist blocked. Okay, so we'll talk that later. Okay, let's see. Let's go further now. Okay, so your Craigslist is blocked. One second. So what you will be doing, so what you are going to do, let me check. So you will be going with the jobs and healthcare. Okay, let me go to the jobs and healthcare. So since this is recording, you can see, you can see about the jobs healthcare, and you can copy from here. I will open that part. So this is the healthcare. So this left side is something, the search part, and the right side is similar to the events one, which we are building. And if I post it, so we are going to the jobs and healthcare. Okay, so here you have same thing, title. Then you have location box. You can take location box. Will not use this one. Then description. Then you have the employment type. This checkbox is useless. Or you can put direct contact, internship. Yeah, you can put, not a problem. Telecommunicating, okay or not. Compensation, how much person has to pay for this job, and the contact info. And the location is something, we have our location box. So you can copy from this video. I just showed you what are the fields for the jobs. Okay, let's go to the detail page. So yesterday I went to the detail page, and I went to the querying the table, and after the query with the object ID, I get the result. So this is the one way to get the only one record in the first. There is another way also. I can say, instead of these two lines, sorry, instead of these two lines, I can also say results equal to query dot get, and I pass the ID. So if you don't have any field more equal to query, you can directly you can directly use the get and put the ID. But I prefer this way because I may add more equal to in future if I want to. So I use this one rather than that another one. So after the page load, we are inside this use effect and we query the table and we get the results, and this is updated in the form values. Now we have to display this form value on this page. So let's see how it looks now. So this is the detailed page and all the information is inside this form values. Now we have to show this form value to the user. Okay, so let's start. I will remove this detail part. Just give the class name of detail so that we can give any class if we want to. So I will give the heading of this page with h3 and I'll say form value dot title. So this will be the heading. So it's a test 3, so I'm able to see test 3. We go home. If I click test 1, I am able to see test 1. Okay, now let's go to the another div. I will say class name equal to row. So I create a row and then I will create some column. So to create a column, I will say class name equal to col md4. So I will create two columns. One is, let's say, 4 and another is 8. Total should be 8. Total should be 12. So 4 plus 8 is 12. And this is called as left side, for example, and this is the right side. I will delete this text. I'm just putting it to show you how it looks. Okay, so it's still not looking good. So actually, it is 12. It should take two column, and yeah, so space was. So here also I can say if it is mobile, I can say col md col xs. So if the device is small, extra small, I can take 12, that it will take the whole width. And I can also say col small 12. So if it is mobile, it will take whole width. And if it is desktop, it will take left side. And if it is very small, it will take the whole width. And if it is very large, LG, then also I'll take 4. So if it is medium or large, I will take the 4. That means I will divide these two into 2 columns. And if it is small like mobile device, I will make it 12. So if the device is mobile, yeah, it will look. So I'll click the mobile. So it will look like this one. Left and right will be one up below the other. And if it is desktop, then it will take left and right position. I'll put something in the left side and something in the right side. So for example, on the right side, I will say, I will create another div with class name, detail, content, and inside detail content, I will start with the label. Here will be event dates. Since I'm building event, so I'll just put event dates. Let's give the some class name to this also. Or I'll not give the class name. I'll just give the inline style to this. So I'm getting the event dates here, and I will put all the both the dates. And to get the both the dates, I need this moment part. So let's copy this moment part here. And I'll copy the 2 lines from here. So this is the start date and the end date. I'll copy these 2. So below label, I will create another div, and I'll put this moment part. So here item is not there. In the previous one we were having item. Here we have the form value. So everything is inside the form value. So I'll say form value dot event start date. And here will be event end date. Okay, let me see why it's giving error. Okay, it's coming correctly, though it is showing the red line. Now it's gone. Okay, so this is the one thing we put, event dates on the detail page. So whatever information we have, I will display all, and that's it. Okay, let's create another div, and here the label will be categories. Okay. So right now I'll just display the categories. Let's see what are the categories. Okay, right now it is just showing the categories without any space. So let's join it with comma, because categories is array. So I joined it with the comma. So this is the categories. Okay, let's add one more. Here I will add description. Okay, and in the description, okay, so for the description, I need to for description I need this part, render HTML, because description will be HTML text. So I need this render HTML part in the description. So I'll just grab the import render HTML, and then I will add description here. Okay, something is wrong. Okay, so here is the description. Now there will be one problem. if I post something related to YouTube, for example, I'll post one thing. Let me take YouTube URL. So I'll create, for example, event title 3, and here is description. Let's put the YouTube URL. Okay, so I'll just put YouTube URL, and let's change the address. Let's put the start date and end date. Okay, so if I go to event title 3, you will see there this warning is coming here. This is because the YouTube ad allow full screen, and it converts the true as a string. So because of this, the React does not like the things. So we need to modify this text somehow so that I should not get this warning. So to modify that, I will take this description and I will convert this description to replace something in this description. So this is the description, and here in the description I will call the replace. There is a JavaScript replace function, and I will replace two things now. One will be if I get QL video. So if we see here, let me delete this. I will inspect this part and show you what I'm getting. So here you will see I'm getting QL video. So the class is QL video. So whenever I get a QL video, so I'll say whenever I get the QL video, replace it with QL video, plus I will add my own class. And the class to add is, so I'll go to the bootstrap video. So here we will see what I have to add. I have to add as embed responsive. Okay, and I can also add this one 16 by 9. So let's add these two things. So I'll add embed responsive and embed responsive 16 by 9. Also, I will replace. So there is another thing called as one second. Let me see what other thing I have. Okay, so this allow full screen. So this is also was giving the warning. So let me change that one too. So here I will add allow full screen. I will replace it with allow full screen equal to true because it does not expect the string. It wants a boolean value like this. This is the error warning coming from the React. So I remove this warning. Okay. So this get and get is coming due to the ad blocker because I have ad blocker. So let's remove the ad blocker. Or let's delete the ad blocker. So for now I'm removing the I want to remove the ad blocker. I don't see the option of ad blocker. Yeah, because of the ad blocker I'm getting these 3 warnings. I think it is there by default and I cannot. Let me check. Okay, I disabled it. Let's refresh the page. Okay, now I'm not getting warning because I removed that blocker. Still I'm getting one. So maybe somehow it is blocked by the client. So it's not important right now. I can also give the height to whatever I want right now. I just take the default one which is created by the Bootstrap. Let's add little bit height to this one. So I will add the height, for example. Okay, so I added the height. Let's add the height also to 250. Let's add 250. And if you don't want, you can just leave it whatever height comes there. Okay, let me add the height also. So what I'll do, I'll take this QL video and create the CSS and I can put the height there. Let's do that thing. So I added the height kind of thing and I'll add the CSS file here. So now I'm getting the height which I want. And this is the description I added. Okay, so on the left side we have date, category, description, and this is the description we have, and this is the YouTube one. So to make this YouTube little beautiful, I added a couple of replacement. What replacement I did? I added the replacement like this by QL video to QL embed responsive and responsive 16:9, and I changed the local screen to allow full screen equal to true. And remember, here we have all small. Here I have F and S capital. So this is the changes I did in the description. So the right side is done. We have date, category, description on the right side. Let's add something on the left side. Okay, on the left side. So first thing which I will add, so the first thing which I want to add is who created this one. So here I'll say created by. And to get the created one, let's see where is the variable, that variable for the created one. So I did not put the user part. Let's add the user part to get the who created it. So I'll copy this part and here I will add the user. So that I can see what is there in the user, so I will know who created. So inside the user, I'll go to attributes. Inside attributes, we have the user name. So I just want the user name. So right now the username is the email, but I will change that. I will change that to different username, and email will be separate. That I'll do next in the next week. So I will go to user, and inside user I will get the username. Something is wrong. Okay, get of undefined is because when the page will load, we don't have the user. The user will only come when we'll go and fetch the result from the table, and it will take few seconds, and I'm getting the error before even fetching it. So I don't want to go to this div if I don't have the details. So I'll just check here. If I don't have form values.id, I will return null. So it will wait till it will get the value, some value in the form values. And once we have the form values, I want to show this part because form value initially will not have the user, and I was getting error that user does not exist. User value of user does not exist. So get was not allowed. So what I did here, I'm checking if ID is there. And if ID is there, then only we display it. If it is not there, I will return null. So now I am not getting that error. And you will see I am getting created by. Right now I am seeing the email because username and email are same. And I will change this to different username next week, and email will be different and username will be different. That part we will do next week. Okay, so this is about the username which I did. Let's put few more things on the left side. This is the one thing I added. I'll copy this part, and here I'll say contact details. So contact detail will be form value dot contact details. Next will be location. I will give the location here, and location will be form value dot location dot formatted address. So this will be the location. So let's take this part. Okay, so this is the location, this is the contact detail, and this is the created by. So on the left side we have these three things, on the right side we have these three things. When user click this address, I want him to go to the Google Map and open the Google Map with this address. So let's add the AH reference link to this address so that he can open it in the Google Map. So let me go here and wrap it around a tag. Here I will not use link tag. I want to go to external URL, so I will be using AH reference. And H reference will be dynamic because we need to pass a location. And I'm pasting this formatted address here. So AH reference should go to the http www.google.com/maps/place, and after place we have to give the latitude and longitude, and both are the variables. So I will put it in the dollar curly bracket and I'll say formatted not formatted form values dot location dot latitude, comma dollar. I'll put the longitude form values dot location dot lng. So this is the URL, and I want the target of blank. Target blank means it will open in the new tab. It will not open in the same page. So if I click this, it opens the new tab with the latitude and longitude, and user can see that location inside the Google Map. But since I put this, let me show you what's happening in the console.log. Once I put this AH reference with the target blank, let's see the console.log. So you will see I'm getting some warning. Let's fix this warning. So if the target is blank, I have to put this rel no opener, no referrer inside this A tag. So I will go to A tag and put this here. And I'm also getting another warning. In the use effect, I want to add the history as a dependency. So here I am passing only ID. Let's add the history also as a dependency. Okay, now another thing is I'm getting clear session storage. I have added that, but I have not used it. So let's use that also. So in the catch part, I have to copy like this. Similarly, in the detail, in the catch part, I will add this one. So now I don't get any warning and any error. And I'm getting this. Left side I'm getting these three things, and right side I'm getting this one. I can click the link and I can go to detail map link also. I can also display the map here if I want to, and I will show you that in some time, today or tomorrow, how to add map here also. But you know, if you add too many maps in your website, so there will be too many clicks or views for that map, and Google may charge after some time. So generally you should put maps wherever it's required. Otherwise, just giving this link is fine. Okay, so this is something we added this one. So this is our detail page, and let's go to now edit page. This edit part and delete part. So this delete part is fairly very straightforward. I can finish it in 5 minutes. Let's finish first the delete part and then we'll go to the edit part also. Edit part also is very small because we already have the add page. We'll just modify the add page. So what I'll do, I'll copy this detailed part and I'll put it inside the delete one and then I'll modify that one. So I'll paste it here. So I took the detail one and I'm putting in the delete one. I don't need CSS here. Okay, so let's add few more import statement in the delete. One is called button and another is called model from React Bootstrap. So this is the one thing which I will add it. Okay, any other thing? I don't need any other thing. Okay, let's delete this props. I don't need the props. Okay, this ID is fine, history is fine, form value is fine, and when the page will load, I query the table with object ID. I delete the results, and I'm updating the form value. This is fine, and here I will create another function called as handle delete. So someone when clicks the button to delete the record, I will call this function. Right now I'll put console.log delete is called. So I'll create as a function. So whenever someone will click the button that delete this record, I'll call this function and I'll update this function in a bit. Right now I'm just putting console.log. Okay, so I will be using this model. I'll show you how the model works in the React Bootstrap. So this is the model. So the model will come like this, and you have these two options: close or save changes. So let's say if I click this button, I get this model. I can close or do the save changes. So for this model, I need this line of statement, show and set show. So let's add this one. Show and set show. Initially it is false, and I'll create this two functions. One is called the handle close and handle show. Let's put the function down. So I did the two functions, handle close and handle show, because model needs that one. So we need this button to to say that you want to delete this record. So let's copy this button. Let me put this on the left side. I say delete this record. Let's do this. Let's put this one, our URL link. Okay, use state is not allowed. I'm using the use state. I have to use the React.use state. So if I click the delete one, I get same information. Only thing I get the button also. If I click button, I should get the model, which I'm not getting it. Okay, let's see what is the problem with the model. So on click of this, I want to show the handle show. Okay, I did not put any model code. I just created the button. Now I will add the model part also. So let's add the model. I have to add this model too. So after this button, I will add the model. I'll change the heading and body in a bit. Right now I'm just keeping the default. Okay, when I click delete, I get the model and I get the heading and this. So user will see this detail page, and when he click delete record, he will see these two buttons. So let's change this model to our requirement. So in the title I'll say delete, and in the body I will say delete this record with ID. I have to pass the ID here. So I'll say ID so that or I can say, do you want to delete this record with ID? This one. Okay. So I'll put some body. You are free to change the body, whatever you like to say. And in the button text, I'll say close, don't delete. So if I click the close button, it will not delete. And in the save changes, I'll say yes, delete please. So I'll create two buttons. So when I click this, delete this record. So it's saying delete. Do you want to delete the record with the ID? You see the matching ID is here. One is the close, don't delete, and second is the yes, delete please. So if I click the close, it is calling the handle close. And if I click delete, I should not call the handle close. I will call this handle delete part. Okay, so let's take this one. So if I click delete record, if I can close it, it just close it. If I click yes, then it is calling delete is called. So I haven't created this function. I will create that function, but at least I'm going into that function whenever I'm clicking the delete please. So let's fix this function. So right now I'm going inside this function, but we have to finish this function. This function will be asynchronous function. And here I will put the try catch block. And inside the catch block, I will put the same thing, this one. And in the try block, I will say, so in the try block, I will query this again. And then I'll delete it. So let's query this again. And then once I get result, I will delete the results. So I'll say await results dot destroy. So to delete, we'll just use the destroy. And once it is destroyed, I will send the user back to the previous page. I will say history dot push, and I'll send him to the previous page. So first it will query the table, get the object. Once it get the object, it will destroy the object, and it will send the user back to the previous page. If I click delete record, if I say yes, it delete the record and send me back to the previous page. Okay, let's delete this one also. Okay, so since this record was not created by me, it was created by different user, that's the reason I'm not able to delete it. Okay, I don't have permission. The error is there. Object not found. Since I don't have permission, it does not allow me to delete, and it gives this error. I can only delete the one which I have created. So that maybe I might have created it with this different user. If I create myself, then I can delete that one. See, I am able to delete this one. So I want to hide these two things if I have not created those two things. So let's hide those two things. So this delete part is done. Delete page is done. Let me remove this part. Okay, so for what I did in delete, I took the detail page and I added this show and set show, and I added the handle delete. I added a close and show, and I created the button with the model, and model will have close and delete buttons. If I click delete button, I call the delete function. It will query the table again and it will destroy the result. That means it will delete it. So that is how we do the delete page. So let's go to the detail page and hide the edit and in the home page, hide the edit and delete option if it is not created by me. So these two links I only want to show if logged in user. Let me see if I have taken the logged in user. Okay, so I did not create the logged in user part. Let's add that logged in user part, and then based on the logged in user, I will check the user who created the post. And if the user who has created the post is same as the logged in user, then I allow him. So how to take the logged in user? So let's go to the component and see. So this is the way. No, not this one. One second. To get the logged in user, there is one command. What is that? Let me check. Okay, let's check in the project route with layout. Okay, so this is the way to get the logged in user. Pass.user.current. So I will add this here, and then I added here in the variable part, and then I'll go down, and here I will check user.id is equal to item.get user. This is how I get the user.id, and if both are equal, then only I will allow him to delete it. So if these two are same, that means logged in user is same as the one who has created this item, and then I allow it. So right now I don't see edit and delete because these two are created by my different user. So I don't see any edit and delete. If I create a new one, so I can see edit and delete because this is created by me and it is matching with the logged in user ID. So I can edit and delete both. Let's delete it. So I deleted it, and now I don't have authority to edit and delete these two. Okay, so this is how we are done with the detail page. We are done with the, yeah, that's what we did. We did detail and delete, both things we did together. That's all for today. Any questions?